I meant, said Ipslore bitterly, what is there in this world that truly makes living worthwhile? Death thought about it. It would seem that you have no useful skill or talent whatsoever, he said. Have you thought of going into teaching? The female mind is certainly a devious one, my lord. Vetinari looked at his secretary in surprise. Well, of course it is. It has to deal with the male one. Inside every sane person there's a madman struggling to get out, said the shopkeeper. That's what I've always thought. No one goes mad quicker than a totally sane person. Blessings be on this house, Granny said, perfunctorily. It was always a good opening remark for a witch. It concentrated people's minds on what other things might be on this house. Death's face became a little stiffer, if that were possible. The blue glow in his eye sockets flickered red for an instant. I see, he said. The tone suggested that death was too good for cat haters. I can see we're going to get along like a house on fire, said Miss Tick. There may be no survivors. You're not allowed to call them dinosaurs anymore, said Yoles. It's speciesist. You have to call them pre-petroleum persons. But we're a university. We have to have a library, said Ridcully. It adds tone. What sort of people would we be if we didn't go into the library? It's going to look pretty good, then, isn't it, said War testily, the one horseman and 3 pedestrians of the apocalypse. Listen, Peaches, trickery is what humans are all about, said the voice of Maurice. They're so keen on tricking one another all the time that they elect governments to do it for them. The philosopher Didactylos has summed up an alternative hypothesis as, things just happen. What the hell, Dot? It is always useful to face an enemy who is prepared to die for his country, he read. This means that both you and he have exactly the same aim in mind. I staggered into a Manchester bar late one night on a tour and the waitress said, "You look as if you need a screaming orgasm." At the time this was the last thing on my mind. Ah, said Mr. Pin. Right. I remember. You are concerned citizens. He knew about concerned citizens. Wherever they were, they all spoke the same private language, where traditional values meant, hang someone, dot. If he'd been a hero, he would have taken the opportunity to say, that's what I call sordid. Since he wasn't a hero, he threw up. All the shops have been smashed open. There was a whole bunch of people across the street helping themselves to musical instruments, can you believe that?